Bill Maher, Cheryl Hines attack the left. Say Democrats just want to cut you off. Comedian Bill Maher and actress Cheryl Hines, the wife of Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., agreed that the political left is intolerant of them even though they aren't conservatives during a conversation on Maher's Club Random podcast. I think it would be a tragedy, though I wouldn't be surprised if it's the case, that you would lose jobs because it's funny, it's a town that loves to romanticize the period in the 50s when there was a blacklist. And as they should, because it was a terrible blacklist, but they have their own kind of blacklist now. It's not like they aren't sort of recapitulating that, when it was a witch hunt about communists, now it's a witch hunt for people who aren't woke enough. You know, it's not like we're conservatives, Maher said. Maher spoke with Hines about how he was criticized by liberals for meeting with President Donald Trump earlier this year, despite his frequent attacks against him and his policies. They both reflected on how they are treated or received by Republicans versus Democrats. I always say to my woke friends, we voted for the same person, you're just why she lost, Maher said, referring to former Vice President Kamala Harris. Bill Maher suggests left-wing censorship died after Democrats got crushed in 2024. Maher said the left wants to cut you off. He argued that Trump yells at people, but said he doesn't want to cut them off. Well, that is true because the Republicans have been very kind to me from the beginning. Even from the beginning, when Bobby was running as a Democrat, they weren't mean, and they never have been. And I can't say that for the Democrats, Hines said. Maher argued during the podcast that Republicans lack a chip for compassion. He and Hines agreed they always felt compassion was the backbone of the Democratic Party, but it did not feel that way in its current state. It's sad, because it's not the Democrats we grew up with, Maher said. Bill Maher admits he still fears getting cancelled despite cultural vibe shift after election. Maher also said during the conversation that he aligns with Democrats politically, especially on preserving democracy, but on other issues, he said, liberals get under his skin. He explained that while speaking to figures on the right, they often argue and clash, but come to a point where they agree to disagree, and they remain friends afterward. The left isn't that way. They're more like, no, if you're not with me, I hate you, and you're a deplorable, or you're with the deplorables, or you're talking to the deplorables, or you had dinner with Hitler or something. And it's just like, you people are you're such babies. You're just not sophisticated people. To quote another show on our network, you are not serious people. Serious people talk to each other, and they accept that you're going to get to this point where you don't agree, Maher said. Maher was referring to a famous quote from media titan Logan Roy in HBO's Succession, where he tells his children he loves them, but they are not serious people. Hines has made headlines in recent weeks while promoting her new book, Unscripted. She spoke to the co-hosts of The View in October and was grilled on her husband's role in the Trump administration.